Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raping the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Your host, Matt Clark, and, welcome to be glad to be back, healthy or feeling better today. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Thunder did good, of course, going down to Houston, taking care of business there, and then, of course, winning against the Clippers. So we'll talk more about all of that here in just a minute. I want to thank everybody for those that had texted me this weekend, checking up on me. I appreciate y'all watching after me and checking up on me. Appreciate that as always. Anyway, I'm gonna say this right now, right off the bat. If you want to contact me, you can. We're doing more stuff now over on YouTube, so go ahead and you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, or After the Storm, of course, which is our OKC Thunder show, which we'll have tomorrow night. Which is After the Storm OKC Thunder. Go ahead, like, subscribe, hit notification, because if you do on YouTube, you can come in, you can ask me questions. I can see it on my screen. If you do it on Facebook, I can't see it until after the show is over with, and I go back and I can answer your questions then. But go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Go ahead and ask me questions there about anything that you want to know about, or if you just want to comment, comment about the show. Same thing on After the Storm OKC Thunder. So search After the Storm OKC Thunder and search the Unpopular Hour Matt Clark. If you do either of those things, you can hook us up and be on the air with us, or we can at least see it and everybody else can see what you're saying too. So anyway, the Thunder took care of business last night. Remember, Houston smashes them. The thing I like about what the Thunder have done the last two games, one, against the Clippers. The last time we played them in LA, they smashed us. But of course, you were playing Lindy Waters and Jane. Neither one of them showed up this time. So the Thunder took care of business. The second thing, the Rockets smashed us in Houston last time. So the Thunder came back and got revenge on both of those teams. Now, more importantly, what that does for us, that keeps us with the advantage over, we have the tiebreaker over the Clippers right now because it's 2-1. We got to play them one more time. And then or actually, we won the tiebreaker. I think we only played them 3 times, so it's 2-1. Of course, we have 3-1 advantage over the Nuggets, and then we're down to even though we split the series with the Timberwolves, they have the better record against some other team when you do the tiebreaker stuff. So right now, they are number 1 still in the East, and then we can go down. We'll just go ahead and look at that right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as the NBA standings. It'll make it a little bit easier for you. I need to go ahead and fix my thing. But anyway, here's the NBA standings. The T-Wolves are 40-17. We are 40-17. They're ranked first over us. But I thought we had the tiebreaker 2-2 because before, any time we were tied, we'd always jump ahead of them. But regardless, 1-2, whatever. The difference is now we'd play the Pelicans. If the NBA was to stop right now, okay, we'd have to play the Pelicans. They'd have to play the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves would have to play the Mavs. And either one of these teams I don't like in the first round, either one of them. I'm not excited now. The deal is, the reason why I say that is the Mavs are playing really good, even though they've lost one. They won 7 in a row before they lost. Okay, so that was their first loss. But the way they're playing right now is really, really scary. The Pelicans, we don't really match up that well. Nobody really does because of Zion. He's just an absolute animal. But, I think that we can beat either one of those teams because the Mavs do not play defense. And that gives the Thunder an advantage. The second thing is that, Kyrie and Luka are going to do what they do. The question is what do you do with the rest of the team? You got to make sure Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't knock off. You got to make sure you can stop Cleveland now that he's back. So now they've gotten bigger after the All-Star break. So I mean after the trade deadline. So you got to maintain this because Luka's going to do what he's going to do. What is he averaging? 34, 8, and 9 or something stupid like that. And then of course Kyrie is just either one of them go get 40 on you, or they can get 40 together. So you're not going to stop either one of them. It's just about maintaining the rest of them, and they don't play defense. So that's the advantage that you have. But they did get bigger, which is extremely important because that's the one thing we kind of did with Biombo, and we've got to be bigger. That's our one flaw, and we're going to go over that here in a little bit. And then, of course, the Kings, winners of the last three. Clippers lost last night. Then you got the Nuggets, winners of the last three coming on. Of course, we've won 5 in a row, and then the T-Wolves have won 1 in a row. So that's what we look like at this point with 26 games left to play. And remember, the over-under for the Thunder was 44 games. 44 games. Pretty sure we're going to pass. That was laughable when I saw that. I was like, that's just ridiculous. But I did have us at 56 originally, and then after watching us play and seeing what our coach was doing in the preseason, I dropped it down to 52 or 54. Sorry, I just didn't see us going, and I think he's going to cost us games, which he has. But it looks like we're at 40 wins to get to 54, which is what I thought. That's only 14 games. So if we go 14 and 13, we're going to do better than that. We should easily, because we have the 7th easy schedule coming up. So we should be able to at least get to 57, 58 wins. Easy. We should. But, of course, we're going to go over that. Our next 10 games, we're going to go over that later. Remember, we're doing them 10 games at a time. So we still have, 4 games left in this 10-game series. But anyway, and of course, yesterday, here's the score, so we might as well go over that a little bit with you guys so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, John Warren, Chet is looking incredible after the break. Hopefully he's broken out of that rookie wall. I agree, John, but I'm gonna ask you a question. We're gonna go over Chet, and because he just had a huge milestone, so we're gonna talk about that here in just a minute. Thank you, John Warren, over on our YouTube. If you're following us on YouTube, you can see the question that he just asked. Great question, by the way, John. But yes, I believe he has snapped over that wall that he did hit, because we talked about that. Nice way to observe that. In fact, let's go ahead and talk about that since you brought it up. We can go back and we can do the other part here in just a minute. Now, in Thunder news, here's the thing, okay? We're going to talk since John asked the question, so we're going to go ahead and pop this up. Chet is the first player in NBA history. That's what I said, first NBA player in history to have these stats in the season. 150 blocks, 150 assists, and 100 threes. And remember, he's only done it in 57 games. Think about that, 57 games. Not 82, 57 games. So just to even look at that, just to even come up with those numbers, that's just amazing. And I think Chet played great last night. But here's the thing with the Thunder. We have a three-headed monster. And the way that the NBA is set up, the problem with having a three-headed monster is to be able to pay everybody. Now, we know that we got Gordon Hayward for one reason, and that was to dump his salary so that we could sign Chet and J-Dub. Okay? Now, to them, the Thunder, they're looking at Chet and J-Dub as their future 1-2 guys. And J-Dub is a great 2. He's not a 1. He's just not. He's a 2A, 2B. And ever since SGA got here, he's been a 1. And you look at the Thunder record from where we started when we first got him to where we are the next year, and where we are the next year, and where we are in year 4 now compared to him being here. We've only gone up each year. And that's simply because he's the man. He just is. Even though the coach doesn't see that and the Thunder administration doesn't see that, it's just amazing to me why they do what they do. How the end of the third quarter, like last night, the last 2 games, or 3 games, the third quarter with J-Dub often with us struggling, with him on the bench, is when the Thunder made the run. And then the coach calls timeout with 20 seconds left or 10 seconds left to put him in the game just so he can shoot the ball at the end of the game to get him used to finishing quarters. And it's frustrating because, you look, if you think that doesn't bother SGA, that would bother you, wouldn't it? If you're the best player on the team and the coach puts a ball in somebody else's hands, and you can see J Dub's um, his energy and the way he's just like, oh, I'm going to be the man. He knows he's going to be the man. You can tell. They did the same damn thing with Russell. They unleashed a monster, and they're doing the same thing. And you can say what the hell you want, and I know my guy Nathan Taylor gets mad at me or whatever, but I'm telling you, just like I said about Russell, and I said it 3-4 years before it happened, everybody said I was crazy. And then all of a sudden, after it happened, then what happened? Everything I said about Russ, everybody goes, oh, well, you was right. Yeah, I was trying to tell y'all, but y'all said I was crazy. And now you're saying the same thing to me again. So we'll see. But SGA and Chet, most games with 25.5 assists and 55 shooting duos in Thunder. Remember, we were the Supersonics before we were the Thunder in history. KD and Russ had 20 games in 8 years. 8 years, they had 6 games of 25 points, 5 assists, shooting 55%. 6 games. This year, SG and Chet had 3 games where they've each had 25 points, 5 assists on 55% shooting. 3 games in 1 year. And of course, GP and Detlef Shrimp. If you guys are historians, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you guys not, we're talking about Gary Payton and Detlef Shrimp. And Detlef Shrimp was one of the best European players ever. And Detlef Shrimp, they did it twice in 6 years. So they did it twice in 6 years. Kevin Durant did it, and Russell did it in six times in 8 years. And Chet and SGA has done it 3 times. And the funny part to me right now is that they did it 6 and 3. They did it 3 times in 1 year. Russell and KD, they did it 6 times in 8 years. That's the duo. But like I said, we have a 3-headed monster. SGA, J-Dub, and Chet. Chet and J-Dub are 2A, 2B. However you want to look at it. Sometimes J-Dub's 2A and Chet's 2B. Yesterday, the last couple games, Chet's been 2A, J-Dub's been 2B. Then you have Kaysen sliding in there for he and Josh to be 3A, 3B. You have that coming. Now, whether Josh is going to remain to be here, that's a whole story in itself, but we shall see how that's going to work. But when I look at the Thunder and I look at what's going on, I love our team, okay? People are thinking I don't. I love our team. I just don't like what they're doing because it's clear. And they want J-Dub to be the man. He's never going to be the dude. He is a good player. He's coming, but he's a 2. He's not a 1. He doesn't have the skills to be a 2. And I can promise you, when they start double teaming him and doing what they do to SGA and what they've done to SGA the last 3 years, he's not it. But to me, the disrespect that they show SGA is ridiculous. Okay? Remember, he's doing something that only 3 people have done. That's average 30, get 2 steals, and shoot 50%. There's only 3 people in history who's done that. Michael Jordan, Steph, and SGA. Now, there's only been one person to do it more than once, and that's been Michael. And SGA is getting ready to do that again. Get this. Average 30, shoot 50%, and have steals. So he's going to be all-NBA offense, all-NBA defense. When you lead the league in steals, you're going to be all-NBA defense. Now, in the Thunder's eyes, that's not your best player. Your best player is a guy who is doing good, and we'll pull up his stats in a minute, okay? So that's what I look at the Thunder. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Now, I do understand that you're putting him in there, getting him used to shooting at the end of quarters so he can get used to closing out quarters. Let's face it. All of you all can say, how many times have we seen SGA close out a game? Bunch, right? He's a closer. The other one is not. Now, does he make shots for us occasionally here and there? Sure he does. Talking about J-Dub. But he ain't SGA. And for you all to think that he's going to be that guy, I just don't understand it. I really don't. But this is my thing. We were rolling in the Clippers game in the third quarter. 20 seconds left. You call timeout just to put J-Dub in the game to shoot. That's the only reason. Then in the fourth quarter, when the Clippers started making a run, SGA sat for almost 3 minutes on the sidelines because you had already wasted a timeout in the third quarter putting J-Dub in with 20 seconds. What the hell is that going to do? Oh, that's right. You're trying to build him up. Now, Thunder can throw out, oh, well, we're trying to get him used to it. No, what you do is you put the ball in your best player's hand, which is SGA, which is what happened at the end of the game last night. SGA just came up there and everybody gave him the ball. Let him bring the ball up, and he will make a decision. Like he made a play last night, came there, double teamed me, boom, he hit J-Dub, and J-Dub hit a three. It's real simple. You've got a playmaker, you've got a closer, you got a guy who's going to win games for you. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to build J-Dub up to do the same thing so he can learn how to be a player. Either you're a closer or you're not. Either you're a closer or you're not. Just because you're willing to take the shot don't mean you're going to make it. J-Dub is not Chet, not SGA. He's just not. And if the Oklahoma City Thunder make the same mistake they made with Russell that they made with KD, picking Russell over KD because they did, and you're doing the exact same thing, you're taking a less superior guy to put in place of your main guy. It's exactly what they're doing, the exact same thing, except they're trying to learn from their past and give this guy more experience. But at the end of the game, you watched SGA at the end of the game last night. What did he do? Go, hey, give me the ball. The last 2 minutes, he had the ball in his hands, bringing the ball up the court. Because the coach wants it in J-Dub saying, dude, he ain't the one. If you continue to put J-Dub in that position, the Thunder are not going to be 40-17 and tied for first place. Not going to happen. He ain't the guy. Now, is he bigger, stronger, more athletic? 100%. Does he have the ball handling skills? No. Can he take you one-on-one like him? No. Can he play defense like him? No. And it's just frustrating for me and for other guys like me who understand the game, and we all get frustrated at what we're watching. Now, for you, the normal fans who are out there just going to enjoy, yeah, you don't get it, and I understand. You're just, oh, look at us. Well, guess what? Tomorrow we're on TNT. And I can promise you, the more we're going to be on TV, and he keeps pulling that stuff where he calls timeout, because Stephen A. Smith said something the other day. He said, he's talking about the Thunder. Oh, the Thunder, da-da-da. They put the ball in SGA's hands at the end of the games. No, they don't. No, they don't. But, of course, the mainstream media don't watch the Thunder. So they don't know that they put the ball in J-Dub's hands. But they're getting ready to find out. They're getting ready to find out what the situation is. And the Thunder and their narrative that they can put on the Oklahoma City fans, that's getting ready to get pulled off. Because the more they're on TV, the more they're going to see. Why is J-Dub playing 1 minute or 2 minutes less than SGA? We don't know. Ask the Thunder. Oh, that's right. They think he's a better player. That makes no sense. He is not SGA, but you're trying to do that. The team makes the jump in the end of the first quarter and the end of the third quarter when it's SGA, as we talked about many times, SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, either J-Dub, J-Will or Chet, and either Wiggins or K-Rich. That five right there is when they make their jump. The third quarter, first quarter. That's when they make their jump because you have shooters, all of them can shoot, and then you've got guys who are crashing, and then you got guys who play defense, all of them. That's why they make the jump. Every time, as soon as you pull J-Dub off the bench, boom, they make their jump, and then you put him back in with 20 seconds left to close out the quarter. Now, I'm telling you this, but now that you know, watch for yourself and tell me what you think. Because that's exactly what they're doing. You watch the run of the team, and then they put J-Dub in there, make a nice little run in the fourth quarter. And he, like one game, he left him in there the whole game. What the hell's he in the whole fourth quarter for? SGA's in the game. They're trying to make him into a player. They're trying to build up because they believe his potential is greater than SGA. And the reason why SGA is not getting promoted for NBA MVP is because the Thunder doesn't promote him. They promoted Russell after Wazoo just so he get a triple-double. The only reason he's not the MVP, he won MVP for triple-double. Nobody thought he was the most valuable player in the league. But he did something historic, so they had to give it to him. Now, Jokic is a monster, and what he's doing is historic and crazy. Straight up. Unbelievable. But SGA is the man, and I wish the Thunder would start doing something for that. Now, let's get on the positive side. Let's talk about the Thunder's. We look at the. We're going to talk about the game stats. Let's look at the Thunder score. Thunder now 40-17, won 123-110. Nice payback from when they spanked us. Rockets were 16-41 for the game. 40 from the game, 40.9% from field, 50% from 50 rebounds, 36 pips, points in the paint, 18 turnovers. Thunder 17-35 from three, once again smoking, 47.4, 48 rebounds, 46 pips with only 12 turnovers. And we lead the league in turnovers right now, turning the opposing team over. 18, we had 12. And this is my thing, okay? I'm going to show you the halftime stats, okay? So when you see the halftime stats, and then we're going to show you the team stats, okay? So halftime stats, this is where we were at halftime, okay? Down 62-57. Chet, 7 points. Remember, he ended up with 25. Chet, 7 points, 3 for 5, 1 for 3, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. J-Dub in 17 minutes. Remember, 17 minutes, SGA 18 minutes. He's 6 for 13, 0 for 2, with 2 rebounds, 3 assists for 14 points. SGA, 18 minutes, 6 for 11. Of course, he got to the free throw line finally. Only 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal for 18 points. Josh, 2 points on 11 minutes, only shot twice. Got to shoot more than that, Josh. Got to be aggressive. And then, of course, Dort, 3 for 4 threes that really kept us in the game. No question about that, 11 points. And then, of course, Jay Will, 1 for 2 from 3, which we need him to shoot the ball. K. Rich, only 2 points. Gordon Hayward still hasn't found his rhythm yet. Isaiah Joe, 8 minutes. Wiggins, 9 minutes. Kaysen, 8 minutes. And they were combined, 0 for 6 from the field. And you just can't do that. 0 for 4 from 3. 0 points all the way around the board. And then when you look at the final game stats, when you look at the end of the game stats, here's what we ended up with. Chet had 29, my bad. 29, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks. What a stat line. J-Dub, 36 minutes, okay, 9 for 22, 2 for 6 from 3, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for 22 points. SGA, 37 minutes, 36 points, 2 for 3 from 3, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 1 huge block at the end of the game to get us going. Josh, 2 points, just wasn't really in the game at all, even though he had 9 rebounds and 5 assists. He did have 3 steals, but he just wasn't. We can't have him scoring 2 points. Lou Dort, 3 for 4. So remember, he was 1 for 2 in the second half. He hit a huge 3, 16 points in 32 minutes. Then, of course, you go down from there. J-Dub, 5 points, so he scored 2 the second half. Gordon Hayward still did not score, 0 for 3. He just has not found his rhythm yet with this group of players. Plus, he hadn't played since December. Then you've got Kaysen Wallace scoring 6. Wiggins did not score, which, he just missed a couple shots. He wasn't very aggressive. He just wasn't. But he did have 2 rebounds and 1 steal, which is huge because we need him on the defensive side of the ball. Now, that being said, here is the Thunder team stats, okay? Because this is what, I was talking about as far as earlier when I said us about it. So here's the team stats right here, okay? Thunder are ranked 3rd in scoring at 121.1. We're 13th as far as giving up 113. Now, remember, there's 30 teams. So that's a little middle of the road, maybe just in front of about almost middle of the road team. A little bit better than that. Field goal percentage, we're ranked 2nd. And we're ranked 4th as far as stingy, 52%. 3-point percentage, we're 39th. 39%. We're ranked 1st in 3-point shooting. And then 13th, once again, middle road defense. And I talked about that. Defensively, remember I talked about that early in the year that we need to be around 11th or so if we're going to be well and do well in the postseason. You're going to have to do that. Assist, free throw percentage, we're ranked 1st at 83. Assist, we're 11th for 27.3. 19th as far as being assisted on. Our defense is pretty good. But, we're going to have to get better than that because that's heading towards the end, which means we give up a lot of drive, draw, and dish when teams are hitting threes. Pips, points in the paint, we're 7th. And then defensively, we're 4th. Assist to turnover ratios, we're 4th and 2nd. Turnovers, we're 4th. As far as turning over 12.5, we turned over 12 last night, remember? And then, of course, we're ranked 1st in turning the opposing team over at 15.9, and we had 18 turnovers last night. Offensive rebounds were 29th, and once again, 30th as far as giving up offensive rebounds. We gave up 13 last night. We just we've got to get bigger. It's going to kill us in the playoffs. You got to be bigger inside. You just can't. You can't be small. You can't be small. We're giving up. We're giving up the height in order to force teams to be smaller by hopefully rebounding, turning the ball over, and knocking down threes. That seems to be the recipe for what we're doing. So in the second and fourth quarters, which are the ones we struggle, we're 15th as far as scoring, and we're 13th as far as the opposing teams. So that's a wash to me. 15th in scoring, and then in the fourth quarter, we're fourth, giving up scoring 29.3, and then giving up 28.1, which is 16th. Okay, so that means we got to do better in the fourth quarters, which means that we start out slow and then we finish strong. That's what that means, is that in the fourth quarters, we've been starting out slower, and we've got to improve on that if we're going to do get better. I mean, we're going to have to get better. I mean, we're just going to have to, because in order to beat teams, you can't be giving up points like that. You got to be able to do. You just can't do it. You can't do it. I mean, it's just not. Now, shooting percentage here, the Thunder. SGA 31.2, 54% from the field, 38% from three. Remember, he was at 29 to start the year, so he's slowly on his way up to average 30, 50, and 40. J-Dub, 19.1 points per game, 54% from the field, 45% from three. Great stat line. Jet, 17.1 points per game, 54% from the field, 40% from three. And remember, he wanted to be 50, 40, and 90, which means 50% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, and 90% from the line. Actually, I need to probably add the free throw percentage to see how good he's tracking on that. But right now, his lead got to 50, 40. I want to say he's at 88 or something like that. Josh, 11 points a game, 44% from the field, 32% from three. He's still getting better, but he's got to be up 38% somewhere around there. Lou Dort, 10 points a game, 10.9, 44% from the field, 40% from three. He's brought back up to 40%. Isaiah Joe, 8.4 points per game, 47% from the field, and then 42% from three. Cason Wallace, 6.8 points per game, 50% from the field, 42% from three. Wiggins, 6 points, 58% from the field, 51% from three. So 132 threes he takes. And last night, what did he shoot? One time, something last night. He's got to do more. He's got to be more aggressive than that. Kendrick Williams, 4.5, 48.6% from the field, and 41% from three. And Jay Will is getting better. 3.8, 38% from the field, 35% from three, and he's slowly getting his way back up the field on that when it's coming to that. So, when you look at the Thunder and look at what we're doing, I'm really excited. So here's where we stand at this point through 7 games. We are 5-2 through these 7. Remember, I wanted us to go 8-2, 7-3 at worst. We have the Rockets tomorrow night on national TV on TNT, so we actually don't have to hear Michael Cage try to be all creative and act like he. So glad you don't have to listen to those people. Thank God for you guys. And then the Spurs on Thursday, and then at the Suns on Sunday. And the Suns right now, they are the one team that scare me. I just think that, we're going to have to be lucky to get past them, but I think that we can. I do believe we can. I'm excited about here are our next steps. So we have the Rockets tomorrow night, 9 o'clock on TNT, late game. So hopefully we can get that handled, and I think we can. So looking forward to that and getting excited about it myself. I just am. So that's just me. But I can tell you this, in NBA scores yesterday, when you look at the scores, oh, wow, I didn't fix that. My bad, everybody. Apologize for that. Let me get this done. There we go. Sorry about that. The Bucks beat the Sixers yesterday. Shocking. Lakers got spanked by the Suns, even though the Suns scored 45 points in the first quarter. That's just insane. Mavericks got beat by the Pacers in Indiana by 20. The Cavaliers took care of business over the Wizards. The Nuggets beat the Warriors, which, of course, the Warriors are just not big enough inside to handle that. The Thunder took care of the Rockets on a little repay. And, of course, the Rockets had one of the best home records in the league, and they're terrible on the road, which is what scares me about tomorrow. And I said that when I was talking about, splitting with them, win one, lose one. That just scared me. The Bulls took care of the Pelicans last night. Nice win for us. Glad the Pelicans got beat. And then, of course, the Jazz took care of the Spurs. What a shock. The Spurs are just nothing but Victor Wembanyama. Wemby's a beast. Then the Hornets took care of the Trailblazers. How do you only score 80 points in an NBA game? Wow. And then the Kings took care of the Clippers yesterday, which is something that we thought would happen. And it just blew me away. Really did. Anyway, I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. We appreciate Collaborative Logic and my guy Russell Williford. If you have needs for computers, software, or website design, they are the people to talk to. The thing that I love about them is you don't have to take your computer in. They can remote in and fix whatever unless it's something actual that you actually have to fix on it. Mechanical, they can come in and fix whatever you need to do. That's the thing that I love about them. They can do it remotely. It's fantastic. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, my guy Mark Long is the dude over there. They love to be behind the scenes. So if you have a complex or a building, anything you're building, they will build it up right for you, make sure there's no flooding, all the plumbing, all the landscaping, and everything is done the way it should be. Oak Grove checking in my guy Jose Fierro. Appreciate Jose. If you have needs for rocks, dirt, or sand to be moved, he is the dude for that. So hit our boy up at Oak Grove Trucking. Greg and Max Nafee, appreciate them for sponsoring and everything that they always do for me through the Matt Clark Academy, sponsoring kids. And of course, they've had 5 kids now that they sponsored that have got a chance to go to college. So I appreciate those guys. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. An equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. Appreciate those guys. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see him at the main bank at 401 Elm. You can go and see our guy Nathan Taylor. You can go in and see Joe Horn, the Horn Man is what they call him. He's in there, or my guy Carson Wright. Hit any of those guys up at downtown at the main location there in downtown Yukon. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway, however you view it. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. They're in the great city of Mustang. Only reason I say that because Drew is not here. He can't defend that. He's a Yukon boy. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40. Cannot miss it if you're exiting east off of I-40. It's just right there to the right, to the south, right in front of the hospital there. YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. So go in and hit our people up. Appreciate them supporting us and everything we do. And then, of course, our latest sponsor, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th Street, Dale City, Oklahoma. You can call them at 405-670-2424. They are open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays, 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays, probably serving the mid-day area since 1982. So we appreciate all those guys sponsoring us and getting out and making sure that the show is up and running. And remember, tomorrow we'll be at Georgia's Happy Hog, and then I think Wednesday we were at, where were we at? We're at Cocoa last week, and so I think we're going to be at a new location on Wednesday, and I'll let you know about that. And then on Thursday we'll be back. We'll be in Yukon at YNB, and then on Friday we will be back at the barbershop. And if you guys missed the show last week, at the barbershop, I ragged on those guys pretty hard. I beat them up pretty good. Because they needed it. They're 49er fans. They needed to get beat up. That's how I look at it. 49er fans, you need to get beat up. That's just what I had to say on that. They needed to get beat up, and I did. I beat them up pretty good, but I did give them a week. I didn't want to brutalize them too bad. But that being said, whatever. Now, yesterday, this weekend, Cam Newton got into a shoving match. Really, some guys tried to jump him in a 7-on-7 thing, and I don't understand people. Here this guy is, and this is my thing with parents. Like LeVar Ball's dad, LeVar Ball. You look at these guys; they live through their sons. Trae Young's dad, Ray, does not live through his son. Ray does his own thing. He's doing his own thing. I look at Tommy Griffin and his wife. They do their own thing. They're doing their own thing. They don't go, oh well, let me live through my son so I can make all this. Son can make all this money, and those people are doing. They don't live through their kid. They don't. And when I saw that yesterday, I saw that today. I'm just like, what the hell are these? Or yesterday, what the hell are these parents doing? Oh, see, I'm joined by my guy Nathan Taylor of YB. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? How are
Nothing,
you?
man. You missed the whole first part of the show. You missed our Thunder part.
I know, man. I know. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. But did you see the Cam thing yesterday, where he got jumped by those guys?
No,
Anyway, so
he was
he's at the 7-on-7 thing, and you would think the parents would want to talk to him and say, "Hey, how can I get my son to do this?" That they're trying to fight, and he's got
talking
one
about Cam
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, and Cam's a big boy. Was he 6'6",
He's a big boy.
260? He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy and a big man. And he just had one dude. He snatched him around. This other guy he threw one dude down. It's like, I'm like, what? What are y'all doing? And I was talking about how parents are. Some of these parents, they live through their kids. Their whole deal is get their kid to the NBA or get their kid to Major League Baseball or get their kid to the NFL so they can live through their kid. That's why they're doing it.
Dude, LeVar Ball was the worst.
Yeah, but there's so many of them like that. You look at Jaws' dad. Same thing.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm like, dude,
God.
why can't you be like Tommy Griffin's dad? Why can't you be like Trey's dad, Ray? Dude, they,
Trace that, yeah.
Ray, he's great guy. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
Why can't you? I don't get you guys. I don't get you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of
It's
taking your
hanging on
kid
parents,
and helping
man.
your kids brand grow through the foundations and through, philanthropic things. You're out there at every game on the side, on the center court with glasses on. Look, dude, really?
Yeah. Trying to be your kid's best friend instead of
Trying to be the player. Like, look at me, I'm his dad. Getting women through that. I'm like, dude, really?
that's
You should be behind the scenes. You should be heard, not seen, instead of seen and heard. And then you look at it, you're like, what are you doing? And every single one of those kids, look at those kids and their dads. Look at them. I mean, it's just like, man, what are you doing? Be a man, grow your kid up, have your own life, do your own thing, and then help your kids. It's like with Ray and the things I do with that. So it's just, hold on, let me see. We had a guy just posted on our deal. He says, "Hey, bro, did you see Shay not want to be in the post game when they were interviewing Jay Will?" Yes, I did.
I did.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I mean, because my thing is this: why is J Dub over there?
He's in there every time. He's in there
But
every
why the
time.
hell is he?
Every time.
Listen, interview the guy who was the player of the game only.
Oh, hey, well, hold on. And if you have to say J Dub, you got to say J Will too, because he's there every time.
No, but I'm saying is, what the hell are y'all doing there?
Yeah, I don't know. Camaraderie.
But no, that's the point. That's what Yabo Gaza is doing. What is he? Yabo Gozo 16. That's what he just says. Did you see Shay not want to be in the post game? Yes, I did. I've been saying this. Have I not?
And I knew I was going to get hammered for it.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not hammering you. I'm saying, like I said earlier in the show, I understand people like you's vision and what y'all want. You want to be the good. You want to see the good. You don't. You know what I'm saying. You don't want to think any. You want to think everything is they've got the best interest. They're trying to. It's not what they're doing. He getting fed up with it, man. Last night again, with 10 seconds left, he called timeout just to put Jada up in the game to shoot the ball.
I know. Third quarter. Yeah,
You've wasted. Why are you wasting a timeout in a close game? You wasted a timeout to put him in the game for him to shoot, and then he didn't even get a chance to shoot because they fouled. I'm like,
I said it when I sent you a text message last night. In the second quarter, when I'm like, all right, man, he's starting to irritate me a little bit. He needs to realize who he is, and he needs to get the ball up a little bit more. And because he was making some stupid plays in the second quarter.
But you see him after the game the other night where he's just drawing up the crowd, and dude, I'm telling you, they're creating a monster just like they did with Russell.
What I thought was kind of cool, and the sports channel, which I know you don't listen to any of that, but they talked ad nauseum about this on Jim's show the other day. Like, I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but when this is what I didn't like about one of the things I didn't like about Russell. He goes out there, he's yelling the F-bomb every other word, and when there's kids in the crowd and stuff like that. Like, I get it. I get that this generation is numb to that. It's like, it doesn't hurt anybody, whatever. But I didn't like it when J-Dub did that, just because you've got. For instance, I have a son. Okay, I don't. I have a daughter, but say I had a I could do it then.
Okay.
No matter what the parent tells them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, Nathan. Everybody does that. So I don't really. I've done that. Okay, so when you get in the heat of the moment, something happens. You drop an F bomb. That happens. Now, if he does it regularly, yes, you'd have an issue. But every now and then,
Like Russell.
yeah, he. But you understand, Russell's had a chip on his shoulder. Okay, Russell.
It still don't make it right. Though,
No. I'm saying because he had a chip on his shoulder, that's why he does it more than the normal person. That's what I'm saying.
So,
Now, if J-Dub continues to do it, then yes, I would have a problem. But that's
did you see the post game?
no, I don't watch the post game, bro.
So, well, I didn't either. I just heard the story, and then I watched the video after that. So basically, in the post game, they asked him about it. They said, why did you say that, or whatever like that? And he said, well, the funny thing is, right after I got off the court and went to my locker, my mom had texted me and said, hey, son, you need to cut that out. And he said, yeah, I probably need to watch that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just because I'm of the ilk that I understand, like, if you go to a concert, if you go to a movie, the song, the lyrics they're going to sing at the concert,
right.
You know the words that they're going to be in the movie. But when you go to a basketball game, that's not something, well, you should expect it. No, it's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I expect it.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference, man.
But Nathan, what I'm saying is, it's something that I expect to hear 2 or 3 times because of what's going on. Okay, the heat of the moment, your intensity. You're not considering the. You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. Now, if it's repeat all the time, same people like Russell, yes, I have an issue. But if you're down there, you're gonna hear it. It is what it is.
Well, and here's the thing, though, man. Well, I was on TV and I knew he said it. Like, I was watching on TV and I knew he said it.
That's because they were focused on him. That's why.
Well, and so I get it if you get fouled and you're irritated, but for a chant to the crowd, like he was playing the crowd, he wasn't yelling at one of the players.
Yes.
So if you're playing the crowd.
But remember though,
like if you're yelling at a player, you get fouled, it's fine.
But you understand though, Nathan, like I said earlier in the show, they are creating this monster. He knows what they're doing. SGA is getting tired of it, which is what they want. Okay? Remember what did I say? What did I say? How many weeks ago did I say that? They're getting what they want. They're getting what they want out of SGA. He's going to get to the point where he's not going to even listen to the coach at the end of the game. He's going to say, give me the damn ball like he did last night. Just forget him. Give me the ball. And everybody gave him the ball. They didn't even think twice. You notice that? They, gave him the ball immediately. And let him take over the game the last 3 minutes. And he brought the ball up almost every single time to pass it out and make something happen. He's getting tired of it. That's exactly what it is.
I see what you're saying. I also see them. Maybe it's just an on-court thing. I don't know.
Dude, the whole thing, what I'm trying to explain to you is when you're deliberately 20 seconds left, 10 seconds left, you're calling a timeout in the third quarter just to put him in the game to shoot the ball. You're throwing away a timeout in a close game.
Yeah.
Just for and they're getting tired of it. The players, the whole thing is this. What I'm trying to explain to you about a locker room and what I'm trying to explain to people who've not been in a locker room before. When this happens, it divides the locker room. Okay? It divides the locker room. You're gonna have people. They're gonna pick a player. They're either on J-Dub's side or they're on SGA's side. Now, what they all recognize is J-Dub is their best. SGA's the best player. Nobody disagrees with that except maybe J-Dub, and he really doesn't either. Deep down inside, you know what I'm saying?
If he's honest with himself,
the basketball is the one sport you know somebody's better than you, and I think hockey is the same way. You know somebody better than you. Come on now.
And if he's the only one that thinks he's better than SGA.
But no. What he's doing is the coaches are empowering him to do that. Now, if you think this, if they're like, listen, in the third quarter of the Clippers game, the Thunder were struggling, and then as soon as J-Dub went out, when it was SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, I think it was K-Rich and J-Will. They made a run, and then Chet came back in with like 2.5 minutes to go or whatever. Then they really put the hammer on him. And then with 20 seconds left, they bring in him to shoot the ball, and he shoots some sort of crazy whatever the hell kind of shot he shot. And then last night, we were losing, and then as soon as he came out, we went on a 14-4 run or whatever it was to take the lead.
14-2.
Yeah, whatever run when he went out, when he was not on the court, we went on a run. But I've always said that group right there of SGA, Kaysen, Isaiah Joe, either Wiggins or K. Rich, and J. Will or Chet, that group right there, those 7 is a nasty group. Okay? They can all shoot, they can all defend. Huh?
Again last night, too.
Yes, that group right there, because they all can shoot, they know that, and there's no question who the guy is. They all give SGA the ball immediately. And everybody else takes off because they know that he's going to give them a wide open shot. They know that. He's going to try to score first. If he can't get the shot off, he's going to give them an opportunity to score. They all know that. They all know that.
How about that? How about that drive he had in the third quarter?
Oh.
Holy crap.
Oh, did he put on Amen Thompson?
He goes through like 4 guys and spin move at the end.
Dude,
man, that was something unreal.
He's ridiculous, man. He is just what does Michael Cage call him?
Crazy.
He's inevitable, I think that's what he said. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It says, here's a question for us, another question on YouTube here by the same guy.
I like these questions, by the way.
Okay. Have you seen the Jay Reddick interview? J-Dub and J-Dub said that they don't like how competitive Shea is.
Say that one more time.
Says, have you seen the J.J. Reddick interview on J-Dub when J-Dub said that they don't like how competitive Shea is?
I have not seen.
I have not seen that, but we'll look that up on YouTube. We'll Google that or look it up. Yeah. No, but those are the things we're talking about. Then I think the Athletic made a comment that SGA and Chet want to win. They're ready to win now. The Thunder and the regular players aren't. They don't have it yet. But J-Dub has never been. He was a Santa Clara. He never really had that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm trying. It's a different thing when you're at Kentucky, or you're at Oklahoma State, or you're in a Big 12. When you're in a conference where you got to bring it every game. Okay, you got to bring it every game. You don't get little take. You got to bring it every game, and that's what he's used to. That's what Chet, even though he was at Gonzaga, who was Gonzaga playing? They're playing Arkansas. They're playing Duke. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring it, or you don't get busted.
Right.
So that's the difference between. But no, I have not seen that, and I will thank you for that. I appreciate that. Like we tell everybody, go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour, like, subscribe, hit notification, and then you can ask us questions there because I can see them here, but we're on Facebook, I can't. So I just have to answer them afterwards.
Yeah, I'm looking at something right now, and I think so. There's a couple interviews with him. One was 3 months ago. One was 2 weeks ago. I'm assuming it's the one that was 2 weeks ago, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. But anyway, thank you for that question. But no, this is my thing, Nathan. I try to tell people I don't hate I love our team, but I don't like what the Thunder. You're throwing away this year. It's what you're doing. It's what they're doing. They threw away last year because they tried to get the 8th overall pick, trying to get Wembanyama to get in the lottery. It's what they did last year. Now, I will say this. Sam Presti was 100% right. I like Chet over Jabari. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like that deal, but I like Chet over Jabari. He's not the rebounder Jabari is. He's not the physical, but I like Chet in this team, the way he fits.
Oh, dude, last night he played so good.
Oh, dude. Well, I told you the stats. I showed you the stats, right? Did you see that?
I didn't.
SGA and him are the first, there's been 3 Thunder duos to have 25 points, shoot 55% from the field, and have 5, what is it? Let me pull it up. So here, I'll pull it up again for everybody. Even though you weren't here and you didn't see it, let me pull it up. Here was the most games with 25 points, 5 assists on 55% shooting duos in history of the Thunder Supersonics. KD and Russ did it 6 times in 8 years. GP, Gary Payton, and Detlef Schrempf. I don't know if you're old enough to remember who the hell they are. But
Oh, come on now.
no, I'm being serious. I didn't know if you were great, but you know who I'm talking about. In 6 years, they did it twice. Okay, and SGA and Chet have done it 3 times this year
50 games.
in 57 games. And then this is even the most incredible thing. Chet, in 57 games, he's the first player in NBA history to have these stats in a season. Now remember, this is 57 games. To have 150 blocks, 150 assists, and 100 threes.
First rookie, right?
No, first player.
Wow.
150 blocks, 150 assists, and 100 threes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We
See,
still got what? 27
20, yeah. 25 more games. Yeah.
Well, don't you think Wemby will get there, though?
Yeah, Wemby will get there, yeah.
I think
Yeah, he'll get there. He'll get there on the threes, and he'll get there on the he's already there on the blocks, but he'll get there on the assists and the threes.
Chet's probably played a lot more minutes than Wemby, I would imagine.
Well, but Chet is on a much better team, so he doesn't have the stress on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's the
For
difference.
sure.
Like I try to tell you, that's the thing I'm talking about J-Dub. He's a number 2, not a number 1. When you're number 1, they're like I think it was Kendrick Perkins made a comment. He said, the deal is in the playoffs, they're going to come at J-Dub. When SGA is not on the floor, they're going to come at J-Dub. They know you like to go left, which he does. He cannot go right. He likes to go left. Shoot from that mid range on the baseline, right there on the side, near the baseline, between the baseline and the free throw line. He likes to shoot his little fadeaway. He likes to go left. You think they're not going to know that in the playoffs? And remember, in the playoffs, Nate, you're playing every other day, 7 times. So you're playing 7 games in what, 13 days, 14 days, 15 days. So you know what the other person's going to do, but you got to be, and he just doesn't have the skill set at this point. Now, when you look at SGA, the first year he came over here, his second year in the league, first year with us, we were terrible, but he was still busting. The second year, which was when he and Josh got here, by the end of the year, he had a running buddy, and they were on fire, which is why I predicted him to win 40 games last year. You could just see it. It clicked, and when it clicked, I saw it, I'm like, oh, my God. We got, these two right here, oh, my God. We're going, I like this. And even Poku was playing pretty good. Okay. And then the next year, and then the next year, which was last year, we were rolling. And remember, Poku got hurt. Remember, he was rolling. He got hurt.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go back just a minute. Poku was rolling, but in the beginning of every game, we got down.
No. Poku was playing really good till he got hurt. And I was like,
the team wasn't playing good. That's the problem.
No. The team was playing when it was SGA. It was SGA, Josh, Dort, Poku, and Wiggins starting. We were rolling. It was J-Dub starting. I'm sorry, it was J-Dub, and we were rolling.
It was J-Dub.
And it was J-Dub, and remember that J-Dub missed 6 games, and then Wiggins started, and we won 6 in a row. Then he didn't start the rest of the year. Remember? Because the Thunder were not trying to win. Because I asked the same question on this show last year and on After the Storm. I'm like, we won 6 in a row with him starting. Why is he not starting anymore?
Yeah, I don't think we were playing as well as you think we were.
We were playing pretty good, bro. Playing pretty good. This was at the beginning of the year.
I remember when Poku got hurt.
At the end.
Remember at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, they'd get down like 10, 15 points every first or second quarter. And when
second
Poku
quarter
got hurt and they put J-Will in, they put J-Will back in. We didn't just do that.
No, okay. At the beginning of last year, Poku was playing really good. He got kind of a little mini hurt.
Like I said, he was playing good, but the team wasn't playing good.
No, we were winning. What are you talking about? We were winning. Yes, we won 6 in a row. We were winning. Then we went on that little deal where we brought everybody back, and then we went through that little spell because of the coaching, what he was playing, because they were trying to play for the losing deal. And I talked about it. At the end of the year, when we lost to whoever it was that we lost to, we shouldn't have lost to, Indianapolis or Indiana, whoever, I remember what game we threw away, that SGA did not play in. And then Mark Dagnall had what was it?
The Pacers.
Pacers, yes. Hey, Drew, what's up, brother?
What's happening, man?
Hey, man.
Got to get on a little bit here. It was Listen in Mercy Hospital. Feel like jump on for a little bit.
Okay, sweet.
Sorry, man.
Sorry to hear that, bro. But anyway, remember we were playing it good at the beginning of the year last year, were we not, Drew? We were rolling, and then we started winning, and the Thunder said, "Oh no, we're trying to lose." And then at the end of the year, Dagnall got caught in a press interview because he was getting hounded. Had to admit it, and then tried to walk it back.
That they sold it out and SGA didn't play. They basically just were playing all the scrubs and got beat.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. Then he tried to backtrack what he said the next day. Yeah, no, bro. You already said what we've been talking about on the show. You busted. You are busted, okay? That's exactly what happened. And they were one win away or one loss away from being having the 8th pick instead of 13th. One win.
Well, it made the difference of having the home court advantage to having to go on the road and to play him.
Yep. And I was just like, dude, why are we throwing away last year? Why are we not trying to win to get in the playoffs to try to see what's going to happen?
About that, just to get the experience of being in the
Yes. Now this year you're gonna get the experience that you could have had last year. You could have had SGA, Dort. Well, Dort them only two have it, but Josh would have had playoff experience. J Dub would have had playoff experience. J Will would have had playoff experience. Wiggins, everybody.
You got to be the Hunter, not the Hunter this year.
Yep.
December 31st last year.
Oh, he says that interview. Hey,
now hold on.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me finish. December 31st, as of 2022. So here, our record 2022. Folks got hurt December 26th.
Okay.
As of the end of the year 2022, we were 15-21.
Last year.
That's what I'm saying. Last year we were 15-21 at the end of 2022.
That doesn't seem well. That doesn't. Okay, so how did we win 6 games in a row? We were down 15-21.
We won. The biggest winning streak we had in 2022 was 4 games. We had. You want me to read them off in a row?
No. So that was the games that we started. Okay, here we go. The interview happened because we lost to Charlotte. There we go. Remember, we played too many players. It was Charlotte. So Yaboza got us on there and interviewed that Dagnall said that we were tanking instead of trying to win. That's exactly what he said. Busted.
We didn't lose.
Busted. It was Charlotte.
No. That's last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah. That's what we're talking about last year. Yeah. I mean, he busted, man.
No,
but anyway, Nathan, okay.
It didn't end up working out well at all. They didn't move up at the draft, and they ended up being a worse seed in the playoffs.
Yep.
I agree. I agree.
But that's what I'm saying, Drew. And my thing is this year. This is what I'm looking at this year. They are pushing it. They're driving a wedge in this team. And tomorrow night you're going to be on TNT. And then as we keep winning, you're going to get more and more games on national TV. And then they're going to see where with 20 seconds left and 10 seconds left in the third quarter, you waste a timeout just to bring J-Dub in the game to shoot. You did it against the Clippers and you did it last night. You're wasting a timeout in a close game so he can shoot in the third quarter to end the quarter?
This guy gets his guy in the game, man. Kidding.
You know what I'm saying, Drew? I was like, you did it again.
He does it a lot.
Yeah, but
noticeable.
It's noticeable. And what I'm saying is on the national TV, though, in a close game, if you do that again and you start being over there, because Stephen A. Smith said the other day, he said, man, the Thunder winning, SGA gets the ball at the end of the game and he can close. He's one of the best closers. I go, SGA don't get the ball at the end of the game. What the hell are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't watch, because we're not on TV. So the veil that the Thunder have thrown over the Oklahoma City people, that's getting ready to go away. That's getting ready to get washed out. That crap they've been doing is getting ready to get washed out. Everything we've been saying on this show is getting ready to get brought right into the light. Right into the light. Because if you think nationally they ain't going to say something, you calling time. Why are you wasting the time out to put J-Dub in the game just to shoot? And you got one of the best closers, he's all 5 NBA, one of the top 5 players in the NBA. You're not putting it in his hands? Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, they're gonna have some questions to ask, man. I love it. I love it.
I go back to what Adrian said that one night, and I know I've talked out all sides of my mouth. We all three know that. But I really like the point that he made about let's wait and see what the playoffs bring.
Right. No, he said. Remember, he said after the All-Star break they're gonna change their mind. That's what he said.
After the rotations.
Yes.
Yeah, but then he said let's wait and see how they perform in the playoffs as well, something like that. But I mean, the plus side of all this is, hey, at least the right guys are playing now. They're not playing in the right instances, but at least the right guys are playing.
Well, the whole thing is,
And we're not
okay,
seeing-
I have a question for both of y'all. In the playoffs, how many players you going to play?
8.
No,
It depends.
that's how many
I
you're
know-
supposed to
I
play,
know-
Drew. That's how many you're supposed to play. How many are they going to play?
They'll play everybody.
Well,
Okay, let's okay, hold on.
Hold
on.
Except for Lindy Waters.
Okay, don't get the commander on our case, man. Leave him alone, man. Leave the commander. Okay, here's the go. You've got your 5 starters, right? And then you got Isaiah Joe, and you got Kaysen. That's 7.
Williams.
Which one? K. Rich or
Which one?
Kendrick? Okay, that's 8. Who you got else?
Well, it's got to be Jay Will, but it's going to be who they play.
Yep.
If they draw the Lakers, he's going to have to play.
Yep. Or Biombo.
So you're not playing Wiggins? You're not playing Wiggins?
That's what I'm saying, Drew.
If you have to.
You know what I'm saying
It
is,
depends on who they play. If
What I'm
they play
saying
a
is-
team like Houston, or not like Houston, but if they play, I don't know, if they play the Suns, then Wiggins is going to see more time than Williams.
right. 100%.
But if they play the Nuggets or the Lakers, they're going to have to. Big Jay Will from Arkansas is going to have to play.
Got to play.
Now,
The whole thing is,
To me, I think Giddy's he's going to be the odd man out.
I
Yes.
think he's gone this year.
I think-
This is it for him.
I think you're right. Nathan called that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nathan called that. What did you
Because
call
to
it?
me, you got to play.
Well, I thought they trained him at the break.
Well, the problem is you got to have somebody throw the ball in, man.
No, that's
And
true.
I've said that. I've said that. All you got to find if you're going to get rid of him, who you going to throw the ball into? Who's going to throw the ball in? That means you got.
be Dort, right?
You're not.
You don't know. You don't. Hell no. You don't want Dort throwing it in.
No, you don't want to. No.
So you got to have. That was me.
Who else you got throwing in?
You got to have SGA throw the ball in then.
Well, I mean, if you're in a pinch and you need FCA on the court, I say it's either Wiggins or Kendrick.
Yeah, but I don't. But at the end of the game, you're going to have. At the end of the game, it's going to be SGA, J Dub, Chet, Dort, and that other person. Whoever takes Josh's place. That's either Kaysen or Wiggins. And remember, Wiggins tried to throw the ball in and threw the ball away. Remember, we got beat. Remember, he threw the ball away.
Well, you got your trade bait that you got at the deadline. He could probably throw the ball in.
Yeah. Oh, Gordon. Hayward. Yep.
Drew doesn't like Gordon Hayward.
I like Gordon
I
Hayward.
think Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, he scored yet.
Yeah, he did. But dude, Drew, he hasn't played since when? December. What did you say, Drew? December 16th.
I'm just giving you a hard time. He's a good player, but I don't know that he fits very good on his team.
He hadn't fit in very well. I just don't think he knows where he fits. The Thunder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just kind of wanders around out there. He's not getting himself in scoring position. He just kind of, I don't know.
Did you like that? Did you like that block Biombo had the other night?
Yeah. Well, that was in scrub time, so.
I know, but it was still cool.
Yeah, my thing is this: the Thunder, to me, they've got to fix their locker room. The ball, you see J Dub and the way he's acting, they are creating the Russell Westbrook monster that they created before.
Riddle
Okay.
me this thing. Why in the world? And it's not just Thunder guys. It's every single national guy that I hear, and I could be wrong by saying
They don't
this.
watch us, Nathan.
Damn near all.
They don't watch us.
But they
don't watch
say
us.
The locker room is great.
Okay.
I mean, the entire national.
I'm
media-
trying to, Nathan. I'm trying to give you information about a person who's been in the damn locker room. What you say to the press and what's actually happening are never the same thing, ever. You whatever's in the locker room stays in the locker room. But all you gotta do is pay attention to their actions, which is what I'm trying to get you to see. Pay attention to the way they act, not what they say. Like SGA last night, you watch him when you see his face at the end of the game, at the end of the third quarter. He comes in the game, he's just looking like, really? You can see him walking just pissed off. And they're showing his face. He's pissed off because he knows he brought J-Dub in the game. He don't like
He took a
that.
lot of contact last night in that game.
Yeah, he did. But what I'm saying is at the end of the third quarter, when we went on that run without J-Dub, your coach calls timeout again with 10 seconds left to put him in the game so that J-Dub could shoot. And you see SGA when he's walking out there, he's just looking with that look on his face. He's pissed.
That's the equivalent of letting your running back run it all the way down to the 1 yard line and put somebody else in.
And let him run. That's exactly what it is. Exact equivalent. Exact thing. And that's what I was trying to explain to Nathan. When you're a player, and when something happens, and I'm talking just not to you, Nathan, but people in general, if you've never been in the locker room and there's turmoil, you don't talk about it in the press. It's whatever goes on in there happens in there. What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. But you can see their actions. Okay? Here you go, Drew. Here's a question for you and Nathan. We just got another question. Where do you think our 3 picks will land?
Ooh.
Oh, we don't have 3. We only have 2.
We only have 2.
We only have 2.
I think I probably got to get one in the later rounds, and just because of the record, and hopefully, and we got a pick from who? One of our picks was from Houston, right?
Houston, and the other one's Jazz.
Houston
Jazz?
The Houston pick might land you in the top 10 because they're terrible.
Oh, it's going to be minimum top 10, I think. I mean, I think, but if you get top 4, if you get lucky in the lottery, you don't get the pick. So
yeah, I think if they get top 10 picks, they get one top 10 and one in the later round, that'd be fine.
Well, the Jazz have a tough schedule to finish up, and if they get in the top 10, then we don't get it. So
yeah, they have to be 11th or 12th. They can't be in the top 10.
Which they could very easily finish 11th, 12th. Especially with the way the Golden State's playing right now.
Let me say the Jazz are. The Jazz are.
They're 12th, aren't they?
They are 11th in the 11th right now.
11th, I think.
They're right in front of the Rockets are 12th. The Jazz are 27 and 31. The Rockets are 25 and 32.
Isn't that crazy that they're the bottom of the league and those 2 teams would make the playoffs in the East?
Yes. And then the East.
Which you want?
Yeah, the East, the Bulls are 9th at 27 and 30. The Hawks are 25 and 32. The Nets are 11th at 21 and 35.
Yeah. That's crazy. How much better the West is.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you want to happen is you want the Bulls and the Hawks to lose a lot. And then you want the Rockets to continue to lose. And
well, remember the Hawks are going to Trae Young is out 4 weeks.
Yes, but they're 3-3 without him, which is better than their season average.
Yeah, but he just got hurt.
So, okay. I was thinking he'd been hurt.
No, he just got hurt. He just got hurt last night. So he's gone for 4 weeks. So they're going to see what they have. Remember, they were going to trade DeJounte Murray. I think Drew and I talked about that. And now we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the Rockets are 2 games back of the Jazz.
Yeah. By the way, Drew, the commander thinks that we should play Waters in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot. Like starting.
We played him in the play-in. Why can't we play him in the playoffs?
We weren't trying to win the play-in. You can't get away with that now.
We were talking about this earlier about how many guys are playing the playoffs. And we have our 5 starters. We have, and I just kind of wrote down Wiggins, Casey, Kendricks, Joe, J. Will, and Hayward. I think you could probably swap out J. Will and Hayward.
Okay, here's the Thunder roster I have up right now here. Okay, you have Josh Giddey, you have SGA, Josh, and Kaysen. All 3 of them are playing, right? Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, and Gordon Hayward. 2 of those 3 are playing. Correct? Do we all agree with that?
Yeah.
That's 5. That's 5 or 6. J-Dub is going to play. That's 6. That's 6. Wiggins probably at 7. Then you've got Kendricks Williams is 8. Chet's 9. J. Will is 10. And Gordon is 11th if you play him too. That's your 11.
Yeah, so 11.
That's 11.
So 10 depending on who you're playing.
I think it depends on who you play, but the bottom line is SGA, Josh, Kaysen, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, those 5, plus J-Dub is 6, Wiggins is 7, Chad is 8, and Jay, and I agree with Drew, Jay Will. Those 9 you got to play. And then depending on who you're playing depends on the Gordon Hayward and Kendricks Williams.
See, to me, you got to play Kendricks because he plays so well.
Yeah, but
but
the whole thing is that you can do without him with Wiggins. Wiggins can do what he does.
Can you guard the 5? Can Wiggins guard the 5?
You can't put him in the playoffs. Remember, in the playoffs, you lose. That's one. You can't afford to lose a game. He can't play at the 5. You can't go small.
Well, but you could see, but depending on your team, you could go small and make the other team, adapt to you.
Well, that's what the Golden State Warriors did, but we don't have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Right, but we got J-Dub.
They have a big guy. We have two big dudes.
I'm kidding.
But we have two big dudes.
Shit's not.
We've discussed it. That's your big dude.
Okay.
How do you think about
But you're playing
Bismack, Drew? Do you think he's going to fit in?
Who's that?
Biombo.
Yeah, in the playoffs, I mean, it's good to have an extra big guy. I mean, you know as well as I do in the playoffs, the game slows down, gets more half-court oriented, and you get some foul trouble. It'd be nice just to have him in there, just create some fouls.
Yep.
Keep a guy like Anthony Davis from scoring 40 points.
You mean unlike Jane?
I like how you automatically put the Lakers in the playoffs.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
They're going to be in. I agree. They're going to be.
Let me ask you this.
They're going.
Let me ask you if the playoffs started today, they got to play the Warriors and the loser of the Pelicans Mavericks.
I'm fine with that.
Just to get in.
Right now, you have what is it? 7 through 10. Is that what it is?
Yep.
So it's the
You have two teams from that. 2 out of the 4 go to the playoffs.
Right. You have the Pelicans, the Mavs, the Lakers, and Warriors.
So the 9-10 would play the 1 seed, and the 7-8 would play the 2, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no.
So really,
Yes.
the Lakers just need to beat the Warriors one time. Get the
Right.
playoffs.
The Lakers are 30.
Yeah, then they got to play the loser of the Pelicans Mavericks.
The problem is
No,
the Lakers have a tough schedule.
Yeah, very tough.
Their
I'm
schedule is
going to bring that up.
Their schedule's tough.
Dude, their March schedule. Let me read this to you. It's crazy. Hold on just a second. I've never seen anything like it to close a year. So their March schedule, let's just start on February. That's where they play the Clippers to close out the month. But then in March, they start off Denver, Oklahoma City, Sacramento, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Sacramento, Golden State, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Indiana, Milwaukee, Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah. Every game's against a playoff team.
Well, I'm gonna do.
Drew, after hearing that, you want to place a bet on that?
Oh, they're going to make playoffs. They're still going to make playoffs.
Okay, so
A lot of those games are home games too, so that helps. Lakers one of the better home teams.
Yeah, they are. Okay, I'm gonna do Nathan. I'm gonna do what you did. Our next 10 games after these next 3, we go Suns on Sunday, Lakers on Monday. Wow.
So all those games I told you about the Lakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them are at home.
Right, they have them and the T-Wolves have is it the T-Wolves or the Nuggets have a great home schedule coming up. Is it which one of them is?
I tell you.
One of them plays like 6 or 7 of their last 10 at home or something stupid.
So the Nuggets have the Lakers, Phoenix, Boston, Utah, Toronto, and then they go on the road for 4. The Nuggets got a pretty favorable schedule.
Yeah, they do.
They catch a lot of the Eastern teams in the month of March.
Yeah, who is it that are done with the East? Is it the Lakers and the T-Wolves? Are they done with the East? I think the T-Wolves are done with the East.
Crazy, if that's true.
I think the T-Wolves are done, and we have.
Hey, listen to this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
We still remember.
I'm not really worried about it. To answer Nathan's question, I'm not really worried about the Pelicans. They're folding.
Yeah, they are. It's yeah. You would have right now. You'd have the what would you have? The Pelicans against the Mavs, the Lakers against the Warriors, which the Lakers should handle the Warriors. The Pelicans and Mavs, I think that's going to be a scary game. Those two.
Yep.
Hey, listen to this 6-game stretch. I'm sorry.
And I would take the Lakers against Minnesota in a 7-game series.
Yeah, the problem is whoever the Lakers play the first round could get beat by the Lakers because they're fresh.
Very easily.
That's why I don't want to see them.
Starting starting on March 22nd, listen to this 7-game stretch for the Thunder. At the Raptors, at the Bucks, at the Pelicans, Rockets at home, Suns at home, at the Knicks, at the 76ers, at Boston, at the Pacers.
Yeah, and at the 76ers, they'll have Embiid back then.
Yeah, Embiid will be back.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch, man.
And they'll want revenge.
Anyway, you look at there's so many good teams in the West. You can look at the West. Everybody's schedule. It's all going to be tough.
Well, the Sun. No, well, Drew. The Thunder have the 7th easiest schedule remaining.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because when you look at that, you got to figure Boston. It depends on what's going on with them, where everybody is at that point. It depends on where we are. So, the Thunder are going to have to win. They can't take games off because there's a different. Who do you want to play? You don't want to be the 4th seed. You want to be the 2nd or 3rd seed. You don't want to be the 4th seed.
Yep. I mean, a Mavericks Pelicans winner for the Thunder is a good matchup for them in the playoffs.
Yes, agreed. I don't want to see the Lakers. I don't want to see the Lakers at all. The first round.
No.
The Thunder don't want to see the Lakers. I can promise you that.
Just a bad matchup. Not
Horrible.
The Lakers are better than the Thunder. It's just a bad matchup.
It's a bad matchup.
I mean, they're big and they're long.
They're athletic.
The Thunder want to play somebody who gets up and down the team, up and down the court.
Yep. That's not a matchup for the Thunder. It doesn't look good.
If the Thunder get the 1 seed, Shea has 2 steals, 50%, 30 points a game. He win the MVP.
If this is my thing, if the Thunder are the number 1 seed, and then he does something that only one other person has done more than once, which is average 30, shoot 50 with 2 steals.
Yeah.
Only one other person did that more than one time.
And I'll tell you this, and you know as well as I do, the media loves Jokic. They love him.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this, Drew. Though
they love SGA.
I'm gonna say this: they love SGA right now. But the thing is this: they're not gonna give Jokic, because remember the Thunder are 3-1 over the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-1,
Yep.
and SGA busted them up for a game winner to beat them the one time they played. So they have the advantage there. Plus, he's the darling. And say, okay, if they implement 1-on-1 as an event in the All-Star game, what do you think Shea would rack up, Drew?
Oh my God, you kill everybody.
1-on-1.
No, 1-on-1. No, that's an ugly thing, dude. Because it depends on.
Ant-Man and Shea would be a good 1-on-1 matchup.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard would be tough.
Kawhi would be tough. I'm gonna tell you who else would be tough. Anthony Edwards would be tough. Tatum. Yep. Tatum would be tough. Luka, Kyrie, KD, Booker.
Yeah.
I would say
there's a lot of good players.
Oh, this guy, he has a crazy question. Hey, Drew.
He'd be in the top echelon for sure.
Hey, Drew, they just asked a crazy question. I'll leave it to one of y'all because I just laughed. Who would y'all take, Chet in a 1-on-1, Chet or J-Dub? I'm going to let y'all answer that.
J-Dub. Easy.
That's just too funny. Oh, you take
Chet's
Chet.
so tall, but he's not a good shooter.
He can't handle the ball.
He's shooting great, but I'll take yeah.
He can't handle the ball, man.
No.
Yeah, no.
Well,
No. He'll get the ball stole from him. Yeah, he can't. He'd have to turn around and back him down and jump hook over him. That's the only way he can win. If he tried to put the ball on the floor, J-Dub would steal it from him. He'd have to back him down. Say what?
If you left DeAndre Jordan in the gym overnight and told him he couldn't dunk, would he score?
Yes. He can shoot layups.
He shoots like 45% from the free throw
Okay,
line.
if you told him you can't dunk and you can't shoot layups.
Yeah, he might be in there all night.
He might be in there a minute. You got to score 10 points. Might be in there a minute. But that's who would you take, J-Dub or Chet? That's funny. Hey, anyway, guys, I'm out of here. You got any other things y'all want to talk? Oh, Drew, what'd you think about the Cam deal with the fight? I was talking about that when Nathan got on.
Man, I was with you. I mean, I'd pick a smaller guy to start a fight with for sure. Hell, he's 6'7", 260 pounds.
Wow.
So, yeah, it looked like 4 or 5 of them jumped on him.
By the way, J-Dub said J-Dub said he could beat Shea in an interview if they did it in a 1-on-1.
Oh boy.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a funny question. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was weak. I mean, again, he can't go anywhere. and damn sure not be getting into a squabble with a bunch of
It was
hoodlums.
two dads coming at him. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
He's 6'6", 265,
That's a
270.
big boy.
He's a big
old
boy. And he athletic. What are they thinking?
Yeah.
He had the one, threw the one down, had the other one. You know, I'm like, what are y'all doing? They
I
lucky
guarantee you, that's not the end of that. They'll try to sue him, guaranteed.
that they would have if he'd hit one of them.
Yeah.
But they came at him. So
Yeah, they did.
they came at him, so he's safe there. But the problem, Drew, is, look, as a father, what we talked about, how the hell are you not going to take advantage of that? Dude, how'd you do it? How'd your dad do it? How'd you get it? That's an free information thing. What is that? What is that? What did JG say? Give you $1 million worth of information for $9.99?
But he said $1 billion move with a 10-cent shot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm giving you $1 million worth of information for $9.99, bro. What you doing? You want to fight? Wow. Yeah, the guys like that, man. But that's why I take when you got a guy like Ray Young, and you got Tommy Griffith. You got guys like that. They're like, look, my son's in the league. Here we go. That's fine. I'm gonna help my son grow his brand, but I don't need to be on the front row. I don't need to be seen. I don't need to have my sunglasses on. Do you?
Catching the game.
It just, I'm sorry. If I saw Ray Young on the floor with his sunglasses on, a hat, I'm like, Ray, what are you doing? But you're never gonna see him like that. That ain't him. You know what I'm saying? That's not him. Plus, he actually respects his wife, Trey's mama. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that not to even say anything else about that, but hey, he respects his wife. And you see these guys like, what are you down there, man, singing and grabbing your crotch and thrusting and stuff? I'm like, man, what are you doing? Living your best life through your son is what you're doing. But that was just crazy. So, in Reflex, y'all got tomorrow night. What you think, Drew? Give me your breakdown for tomorrow, and Nathan, yours, and we're out of here.
Well, I mean, it's always tough to play a team twice in 3 days, but that's a really good matchup, bro. That's a really good matchup for Oklahoma City. I think they'll be all.
Well, Drew, they are like 11-19 on the road, or something crazy.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
Houston, like I said, I mean, their chance to beat Oklahoma City was in Houston, so they're not going to shoot near as good as they did down there, and they'll get beat again.
Yep. Nathan?
Yeah, I think the Thunder win by like 10, 15.
Hey, aren't y'all glad you don't have to listen to Michael Cage trying to make up stuff and try to be all funny? Dude, I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, some of the stuff I hear him, I'm like, it's just so.
The other night, I mean, and this is probably just me because I'm a bowler, but I heard him say something about, I forget which player it was, hit 3 threes in a row. Oh, man, that's a turkey. That's what they call a turkey in golf. I'm like,
oh, yeah, I heard. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's bowling.
It's a turkey and bowling.
That's right.
Dude, he's just, I mean, he tries to be so funny. I mean, it's like, dude, stop. Stop. So, but anyway, we're all picking the Thunder tomorrow. And by the way, Drew, let's get this before I'm going to go ahead and pull this back up real quick. The Thunder schedule here, the next 6 games. Who do y'all have us? Okay, Rockets at home tomorrow.
That's a win.
At the Spurs Thursday.
That's a win.
And then at the Suns.
That's a loss.
I'm going to say win.
At the Suns?
Yeah, I'm going to say win.
Then we play the Lakers. Then we play the Lakers the following night.
Yeah, on Monday.
That's a loss.
So check this out. So we go TNT against the Rockets, Bally's, and then ESPN.
That's nice.
So my question is he gonna dare to call timeout with 20 seconds left to put J-Dub in the game at the end of the third quarter?
Well,
and then in the first quarter. Is he gonna do that?
In the Spurs game, he will.
No. Yeah, I'm talking about on national TV. Would he dare do that? Just because people are gonna go, wait, what? Because when it's so funny when Stephen A. said that, I bust out laughing. I go, dude, J-Dub is the one who shoots the ball at the end of the game. What are you talking about? He runs plays for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that just goes to show you that just goes.
He doesn't care what anybody thinks.
No. Yes, he does. The Thunder are very cognizant of what people say.
Well,
promise you.
They're He's not going to. Pressey doesn't let anybody talk him off his plan.
Oh, you really? So when he got busted after the Charlotte game, they changed who they played.
Yeah.
Changed who they played at the end of the year, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Had his coach not fumbled and got called out what they were trying to do because he was held at fire and he's not used to people coming at him, okay? He's used to softball questions. And if I heard Nick Gallo one time about, well, I talked to J-Dub and he said, who the hell cares what J-Dub said? Why do I care what J-Dub said about somebody? I don't care what J-Dub told you. Why don't you go ask your best player on the team who you are completely disrespecting? The Thunder are completely disrespecting Shea Gilgeous. Completely. To me, you can see him last night. He just said, screw it. I'm just going to get my 30. I'm going to go out and bust. I'm going to bust everybody else. He's trying to win MVP so he can force them. That's what he's trying to do. That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to win despite of that coach and despite of the organization and say, here, look, we're going to win and I'm going to win MVP. Then what? That's the question. Because I can promise you the exact same thing that happened with Russell and him. J-Dub's attitude has completely changed these last few weeks. You watch him play, completely
how many
changed.
years after Durant won the MVP did he leave?
3, I think.
The 3?
I think it was 3.
15, 14, 15.
Yeah, 3, I think. I want to say 3. But the difference is that they didn't have Kevin's rights to his last year. They have SGA's rights.
Right.
That was part of the reason they gave him that money, as gave him the max deal, was to say, okay, we have the option in your 5th year.
Well, I mean,
that's why they did it. They're not gonna do that again. They're not gonna make the same mistake they made with KD.
That's the same contract Luka has. That's the same contract Halliburton has. I mean, that's pretty standard on the second contract.
No, it's not. LeBron 4 year. No, it's not. LeBron doesn't have that. He has option every time. That's not standard.
Just because he's not on his second. He's not on his.
No, but what I'm
contract.
saying, no, he had it on his second contract and every contract. He has the right on his last year. He holds the right.
But what I'm saying is it's changed. It's changed then because.
No, Nathan. You decide as a player, depending on what your status is, if you want to give them that right. You decide.
Give me an all-star, and I'll look at his contract.
Okay, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his second contract.
He just signed. This is third contract. Okay, second contract. He still had the option. He had the option.
But that was more than 5 years ago.
Okay, how about Anthony Edwards?
I'll look it up. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's how it is, bro. I don't think players have their option that they're not giving up that 5th year. Not giving up that 5th year. SGA did it because, he wanted that big money, and he did it. Then, Jalen Brown for the Celtics. Hey, how much are they giving Drew? How much are they giving Jason Tatum? 330? What are they giving him, Drew?
Yeah, 330.
5 years, 330, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Might have been 6 years.
No, it's 5.
Is it 5?
It's 5. It's 5. Yeah. It's 5 years. Whatever there's gonna be 5 years. So, but was it 3? Is it more than that, Drew? When it because 5 years at 330 is what 50, 60, whatever. And right now, Anthony Davis is at
$65 million.
Anthony Davis is at 62.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
That's just crazy, Drew.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's just insane, bro. It really is crazy.
A lot of money for 82 games.
Yeah. And they play what? 60? 5?
Yeah, maybe.
And one to play less. I was watching that one dude on Colin Coward, what's the little short dude who's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't care if they play 50 games. What are you talking about? And I'm sorry, J.J. Redick talking about the court is bigger and they run more. No, they don't run more. Shut up, J.J. Redick. No, they don't run more. How do you run more?
I said the same thing on that quote.
How do you run more? Be quiet. It just wears me out. So
it's the same time for it,
I'll just
since it was
we run more. It's more spread out. It is? Oh, okay. Whatever. All right, fellas, I'm out of here. I got to go train kids. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel.
Yes, sir.
See you guys. Drew Henthorne of Husker Drew
man.
Picks and my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB.
Go Big Red.
The rest of y'all, hey, thank you for watching. And remember, go to YouTube. Y'all can sit there. We had all the questions asked. Ask the questions. We can see them and respond right away. That being said, everybody have a fantastic